Investors are hoping for a big rebound today after the markets were walloped yesterday.
The Dow had its worst day of the year, much of it fueled by fears of a recession and a trade war. Doug Lazater live for us with the latest on this from Washington. Doug, good morning.
Good morning, and the president will be meeting with business leaders at the White House today, but this follows just a bruising day on Wall Street. At the sound of the bell yesterday, investors retreated back to their corners, beat up. The markets had been on a roller coaster, with the Dow closing nearly 900 points down.
It is in full correction mode, which is 10%.
Why the uncertainty? A growing tariff war, and over the weekend, the president seemed to leave open the possibility of a recession.
I hate to predict things like that.
Later in the day yesterday, White House officials tried to soothe investors.
The first quarter is going to squeak into the positive category, and then the second quarter is going to take off as everybody sees the reality of the tax cuts.
But to add to the uncertainty, there is a growing possibility of a partial government shutdown on Friday.
If the government shuts down, there is no mystery about who's to blame.
The Democrats blamed Republicans, and they plan to block a continuing resolution, or CR, to keep the government funded unless it includes limits on the president's power to cut spending. Republicans will have to do this more or less on their own, with the House Speaker sounding optimistic.
The CR will pass.
Well, maybe so, but it will be awfully tight if it does, and we see a lot of lobbying going on in these final hours approaching the vote today. The president has been speaking to Republican lawmakers, and in about an hour this morning, the vice president will be meeting with House Republicans to try to make sure that they back this measure. It's going to be close. Back to you
If
guys.
the CR doesn't pass, it remains to be seen who actually gets blamed for this. Right, the Democrats or the Republicans. Yeah. But the Democrats are really holding firm. They really want guardrails on Doge.
They want guardrails on Doge, and it's just not evident that they're going to get that. That would be a huge concession for Republicans to make. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. There just isn't much time to go back and forth with negotiations here because we waited to the last minute, and that deadline is rapidly approaching.
Right around the corner on Friday. All right, Doug Lazater live for us in Washington. We will be watching that vote later today. Doug, thank you.
Thank you.